Internet, hello and welcome to this week's Displate review for good patron Curtis Mason. I am very excited to be joining you guys because last Tuesday I actually missed out on Coy-Cube, the weekly show, because I was doing the Good People Association. If you haven't watched that yet and you want to hear my thoughts on the Batman controversy, please do check out me and Mark Riley over at the Good People Association. But because of that, last Tuesday when I'd usually be with you guys, I missed out on seeing you. So today I'm actually doing two things back to back. I'm going to be doing this Displate unboxing for Curtis, and then I'm going to be going right into Hearts Beat Loud review for AJ Lancaster. So Curtis is the first Displate tier patron to ask me a question. Curtis Mason asked the following. Now this is an opportunity to go in depth on things, so I can do like 1 or 2 minutes on questions during a stream, but this gives the opportunity for longer form, which I love. I had suggested doing like longer movie form questions, longer comic form questions, but I love this one because it was completely outside the box. Curtis Mason asks, what type of setup do you have for your streaming, such as microphones, cameras, computer, etc.? Now this in a live chat might be seen as a bit of trolling at me because frankly I've had some struggle with those very things, but good Sir Curtis actually realizes I have tried to make it better over time, so I have the things. So I'm going to share with Curtis what I have, what I use for streaming and all of that after I open this Displate. So Curtis, thank you for being a patron. I'm very excited to add to my art wall anyone in the Displate tier of my patronage. Basically, I get a piece of art that will then rotate on my art wall, and then on this video directly for you, I open it and describe why it's important to me, why I want it to be part of my apartment, why I want it to be part of my set. And today's is the great Spider-Gwen, and then the piece I'm going to pair it with. So I have not seen this piece yet. I have not experienced the glory of this art. All I've seen is this little edge, and that's excited me a great deal. Displate is an incredible company that sends you, this is not a sponsored ad from Displate, this is just for my patrons, so this is not them paying me. Displate, if you'd like to pay me, I will talk about your art all day. They basically print stunning work on metal, and what I love about it is the precision. There is such accuracy, such precision in the art, and it really makes it sing. It's all printed on metal, and then you're sent magnets which adhere to your wall, and then you can move your art around because you basically got a magnet and your wall, so it allows for a lot more functionality and a lot of those things. I'll show you my art wall here in a second after we check out the great Spider-Gwen Displate. I'm excited. I'm going to see it with you guys simultaneously. Oh, look at this piece of art. This is so stunning. Man, I'm excited I have this. Okay, so Spider-Gwen, the reason I like Spider-Gwen so much is, this is how you clean the wall. I was like, what does that sound? The reason I like Spider-Gwen so much is, in my opinion, there's only 2 characters that have to stay dead in comic books, and that's Uncle Ben and Gwen Stacy. When Spider-Gwen was announced, I was really worried. When Spider-Gwen was introduced, I was a little less worried, but still, like, that's a slippery slope. But then the way they used the alternate dimension Spider-Gwen that spun out of the Spider-Verse kept the integrity of Gwen Stacy while giving us a brand new, very incredible character. And the character design is one of my favorite parts of this character. I love the art, I love the inverted color, I love the use of pinks and blues, and I love her costume, the white and black with the hood, and then again the pinks and the blues with some of the outline and structuring. And then this piece I really thought captured the flavor of Spider-Gwen, the use of background, the use of color, all of the above just really sings. And again, it's a magnet, so basically you clean off your wall with this, and then you adhere this protective leaf to your wall. This glues to your wall, but you can remove it. You can peel it off, and then the magnet attaches here, and then the other side of the magnet attaches here, and then boom, you got yourself movable art. So this is a Displate. Let me go ahead and open it with you guys live. And it's officially licensed for Marvel, which always makes me happy. And also every single one of these you buy plants a tree, which also makes me happy. So I like knowing I help in any tiny way. And thanks to the patron tier that helps me with my Displates, you guys help plant trees and make the world a little bit better step by step. So now this already looks stunning in its wrapper, but the beautiful thing about Displates is it is a beautiful, I like the matte, I get the matte finish. Look at the detail when you see it unsheathed. Oh man, beautiful. God damn, that's good. Oh, I love this piece of art. So, I like to pair my art. I like my art to have some symmetry. I like my art to, I like chaos, I really do, but I like chaos that looks like it's intentional. So that is kind of counter to chaos, I understand, but there is method to my madness. So this being a very, very, very bright pink and white piece of art, I thought that I should pair it with my other bright pink and white piece of art. So the companion piece to this that's going to go on the exact opposite side is going to be Mr. Durden. So, as some of you know, Fight Club is my favorite movie. I think it's the movie that is the least understood of the bro pictures. I think that Tyler Durden is the best antagonist in cinema. Maybe not of all time, but one of the best antagonists in cinema. And I think that people think that he's the protagonist or the ones that misunderstand the film. I think the film is very important in its understanding of what masculinity is, both toxic and good. I think it's a very important commentary in a certain generation. I think it's a very important look at capitalism and neoliberalism and fascism and so many things. So I love Fight Club because people misunderstand it and think it's one thing and it's actually another. I think it's one of the best directed movies of all time. I think it's one of the best acted movies of all time. It is my personal favorite film. I think Tyler Durden, again, is one of the best villains in all of cinema, and I love this piece of art. So this right here is my Fight Club that I've had for a few months that I bought a while back before I started the Displate tier in my Patron. But I think that these two are going to look fantastic on opposite corners. So that way there's chaos. They have really nothing in common except for some similar color palette. But what's going to happen is, basically, pardon the slight mess of my place. Boo-doo-boo. Ooh, that didn't work, did it? Basically, up my nose. The piece next to the Batman piece there is going to be Tyler Durden, and then the far end there, where Catwoman currently resides, is going to be Spider-Gwen, and that's going to be my next setup for my review that I do for Hearts Beat Loud. So, that concludes the display portion. Welcome back. We have this stunning Spider-Gwen piece, thanks to Curtis Mason. Curtis, you're a goddamn champion. And Curtis's question that goes along with this long-form video, the patron tier for Displate allows for you guys to ask me long-form questions, and Curtis wanted to know what my setup is. What do I use to record? So, when I'm doing podcasts, when I'm doing audio, when I'm not doing Coy-Cast, because Jake has a whole different setup, but when I'm doing audio podcasts for Rotten Tomatoes, for Collider Movie Club, when I need a microphone, I'm a big fan of this Blue. This is a fantastic podcasting microphone. It's very simple. It's very linear. It's very easy to use. The gain works really well. What up, David Adkin, new subscriber? Welcome. It is a perfect thing for a layman that doesn't really understand technology, because I certainly started there and I'm only a little better now. And this actually was a gift from patron Josh Brokaw. So Josh Brokaw, thank you very much. I still use this to this day. So this is my audio mic. Again, very simple. You've got gain, you've got volume, you've got directional options here. So that way it's very linear for what you need to do. And then this also plugs in beautifully to headphones. I use Beats headphones. I'm a sucker for a bit of bass, and I also use them to run, but I think they're fantastic headphones for studio work, anything that you need to do indoors, and they come with a very convenient plug-in cable. So I use Beats headphones. I actually need to get a new pair. I've had my Beats for 4 years, and they are ragged. My Beats are actually, like, when I wear them, they come off of my ears like a little plastic. So I need new Beats, but Black Friday are probably on sale. So I'm gonna get some Beats on Black Friday. But right now, Beats for headphones, this Blue mic for microphone. I also have this Shure, which is my secondary microphone. So if I have a guest, this is what I use. This has a little bit less malleability. It's a little more complicated. Spidey Cat uses this mic. I actually haven't needed to use this yet, but when I do have my first in-person guest that we need microphones for, I've got this one. I also have another USB mic that my mom got me that is currently in storage because I have not used it yet because I haven't had any guests over, but I have 3 microphones of various different levels, all USB. The one my mom got me is actually dope because it actually overhangs and clips to a surface. So I'm probably gonna make that my secondary mic and this my third mic. These are the ones I had available in front of me. As far as video, I use a phone for all my YouTube stuff, but when I'm working for, again, Rotten Tomatoes or Collider or any of those companies that need 4K, I've got this bad Larry right here, and this is a Mevo. Now, the reason I don't use the Mevo for YouTube and for these things is it doesn't work well, in my experience, with the YouTube OBS that I use, which is Streamlabs. So I pretty much just use Streamlabs and StreamYard for everything I do with the YouTube stuff. So whether it's podcasts, whether it's this video right now, those are the things I use. And this and that OBS are not very intuitive. They conflict a lot, but when I'm doing stuff that isn't live, when I'm doing stuff for Collider or for Rotten Tomatoes or any other company while we've been in lockdown, this is what I use. This Mevo is fantastic. It is 4K. It has an app that comes with it that basically you control its zoom, you control its motion, everything else from your phone. And it also comes with basically an SD card port, so you can have, this is a 128 gig SD card, so you've got lots and lots of hours for video. Then you just upload it, so everything's pretty simple and intuitive. So the Mevo is fantastic, highly recommend it for any of your video needs, any of your streaming needs. It probably works for Twitch. I've not yet begun to Twitch. I'm sure there's ways to make it work for OBS, but I'm not that tech savvy. And then I thought this would be funny. I use a phone. You see this? This is you guys watching you guys. That's what I use for. Look at that infinity pool. Bwah, 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 bwah. And this has obviously the Diva Light, which does yellow and white, two-tone Diva, yellow, white. And that's what I use for my lighting setup and my video setup. So Curtis, I hope that answers your question. That is an infinity of you, watching you. And that is the art wall that you just contributed to, good sir Curtis. That is Catwoman Displate, Watchmen Displate, Daredevil from Alex Maleev Displate. We got some Rogues Gallery from Alex Ross Displate. That blank space is going to be Tyler Durden again. And over there is going to be the great new Spider-Gwen piece that is going up for my next review, which is going to be Hearts Beat Loud. Also behind this Diva Light is a wall of David Mack. See all my David Mack pieces? And then my bookcase. Anyway, that's my house. All right, that is my setup. I hope that answers your question, good sir Curtis. This is Spidey Cat. You can probably barely see him. Spidey Cat doing the work, being handsome. There's my recycling, pardon the garbage, it is recycling. But yeah, so that is my setup, and then I use a MacBook computer. It is on the older side. It is actually what overheats the most. This is what runs my internet, and then my phone is what runs my video and audio. Both of them overheat because the phone is from 2018, it's an iPhone 10, and the computer is from 2015. It is a MacBook, just called MacBook. It's one of the those slim ones, but I need to get me new tech when jobs start coming back. So that is my current setup, Curtis Mason. I hope that helps answer any questions you had. If you have any follow-up questions, feel free to ask them in the comments or to send me a message on Patron. Hey, what up? Curtis is here. He made it. Good sir. I just went and answered all the questions. I don't know if, actually, you know what? Let's answer some questions in the chat now that Curtis is here. Michael McCarsel, patron saint of watch-alongs and being awesome, is going to watch this later. He jumped in the beginning. Sahil said, love it. Oh, hell yeah. Whoa. Curtis is late, but he is here. Let's see. King Ty says, Coy, I wish you much success, my friend. Been following you since Marvel Movie News. Much appreciated, sir. That was a fun show to do. I really enjoyed doing it. A lot of love to Nat Key and Markia and everyone else that guested, or not guested, they hosted, but to those hosts and all of the guests. I loved everyone I had to work with on that show, and I love the fans that came out of it. So thank you very much for being an OG from back in the day. Curtis, this is what we unboxed, man. Check it out. Look at this beauty. Stunning. Stunning piece of work. So stoked with it. Let's see if we can get it super close. Look at the detail, look at the color, look at how striking this imagery is, look at the shock of pink. This Spider-Gwen is my newest Displate, thanks to the great Curtis Mason. Next week, I'll be doing another one of these Displate unboxing videos, and that is going to be a departed minimalist art piece for another patron. We're going to do that next week, but this one is Curtis's. So Curtis, I just answered long form, what I use for equipment, how I use it, all of that jazz. I'm gonna let you check that out in the replay, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. To everyone that's been here from the top, Curtis, thank you for being a patron. Thank you very, very much for this beautiful piece of art that is going to adorn my wall. It's going to rotate in and out of all my art wall. I very, very much appreciate it. Hope this answer helped you. And again, thank you for being a patron. Everyone watching this on YouTube or in the Patreon, thank you so much for giving a shit. And to all my patrons, you literally are the way I exist, so thank you, thank you, thank you very much. Sahil, my little brother, is a Twitch streamer, and he is my little brother. He is 10 years younger than me, And I think he's gonna have to teach me Twitch, which is so funny because I like helped him learn video games, and now the tables have turned. And that generation, now I'm the old man, like, help me learn how to Twitch, young man. So yeah, my little bro, his name's Coy-Jandreau. I think he Twitches under Neon Ghoul, and he's like 24. He's a little whippersnapper. I'm only 32. He's only a little bit younger than me, but I feel old because I'm like Twitch. But yeah, my little bro does horror games, and he is a sewist. He is a fantastic, fantastic artist. And he makes full costumes out of his mind with like just fabric. He's a genius. He's a goddamn madman. I have much love for that dude. All right, we got another one coming in. This weekend I went to my local comic shop and bought some comics. I feel like a hero. You are a hero. Anyone that goes through LCS and spends their money on comic books is my hero, because I appreciate very, very much you helping keep that very important community and source of my happiness alive. Comic books mean the world to me, so hopefully you got some good stuff, and thank you for going to a local comic shop to do so. I think that is going to be it for this video. Curtis, check back. We did the full unboxing of this, as well as I showed off the sister piece, which is this pink and white beauty of Tyler Durden and this pink and white beauty of Spider-Gwen. I'm very excited to hang these. You're going to see them hung in my next video, which is going to be Hearts Beat Loud, a review for AJ Lancaster, kicking off at 3 p.m. PST, so in about half an hour, I'm going to be reviewing Hearts Beat Loud. It's going to be a full spoiler review of a fantastic movie you can find over on Hulu. That is for AJ Lancaster. And then tomorrow, you can check out Coy-Cubed, where I'm breaking down all the news, including Batman eating cat, which he fucking does. DC, it's some bullshit. DC, you're on notice. That is what heroes do, motherfuckers. All right, that is going to be it. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Curtis. Thank you, Spidey. Thank you, microphones. Thank you, patrons. Thank you, YouTubers. So much love. I'll see you at 3 o'clock right here for Hearts Beat Loud, and tomorrow for the news on Coy-Cubed and everywhere else on the internet. Twitter, Instagram, follow me. Do that shit. Much love, guys.